welcome to episode 2 of Adventura Italia and the first update where I've started to build the Intamin Blitz coaster, which will be the first coaster for the park. I've decided to build it on the right here, with the top hat being a really large feature just so that it'll stand out across the park and you can see it as like a grand feature when you come into the park. I really like the way it looks so far. I think I've got most of the layout finalised. I might edit a few more bits because I've made quite a few revisions of like this section here and quite a few other parts. It's hard to get that roll over the water as well, a bit like Velocicoaster. But I think the layout will be staying pretty much as it is at the moment. So once you go into the plaza, you'll come underneath this building here and it'll bring you out just next to the first drop of the top hat. So you get a really good view as the coaster comes around there. You see it coming over the top. And then the path here will come out into a first plaza here, which will be more for views of the coaster and getting around the park with paths underneath both sides, and then little like planter parts for the coaster supports to go into. And then there'll be the main plaza here for the ride, which will be the entrance to the ride just under the track, and the exit where the queue winds around the station, getting some really nice views of the coaster in action. And then there'll be a path off down here with probably another plaza here with a restaurant, maybe a shop, overlooking the first half of the layout. As you can see earlier in the time lapse, I was putting these launch fins in because in the console version of Planet Coaster, the only coaster with the new type of Intamin track is a hydraulic cable launch. You can see it going off there. So I've put these launch fins in to make it look like it's LSM launch with the traffic signs. And you'll see as it comes round to the second launch that because it has to connect onto the cable, there is a bit of a delay in the launch, so it will stop and then go. So I'll eliminate that in editing for the final POV of the ride, so it won't actually stop in the POV that I upload, but if you're going to download this park and tour it, it will stop and then go, so you'll have to edit that section out yourself, but that's just a trade-off for using this newer type of Intamin track. I could have used the older one, but I've used done plenty of rides with the older style Intamin track and wanted to switch it up a bit, doing some of the newer style transitions and everything, so yeah. That's the first coaster for Adventura Italia pretty much complete, and I'll see you in the second update when I've developed the area a bit more. to the second update now. I've got the coaster layout completely finished now, all smoothed out. I might do a few more patches of smoothing at some places, but it's finished now. Put in all the custom supporting for the top hat, and the custom supporting for the rest of the ride as well, which looks a bit questionable, but it's working around the paths. Then the building, I've made quite a big start on the building, so the building's going to be finished. I just need to enclose the main part of the queue, and I've put in a few green roofs which I think I'll carry on around as well. And then I've added this room where the security check will be, where you get a nice view of the inversion that goes past the window of the water. I've built the maintenance area at the back, so usual random maintenance junk, a few vehicles, and then the transfer track is that high up. I've built this like lift system so the train can be brought onto this piece of track and then lift it down if the train needs to be removed at any point. I've put in the queues for both of the rides. There's a flat ride now in the area, and what we've got left to do is add all the vegetation, proper path in and everything. Some nice plant boxes, more fencing around this, and then this area will be complete. I will see you in a bit. Time for the third and final update now. I've got the coaster layout fully finalised now, also custom supported. The building is nearly finished. As you can see in the time lapse, I did this like half covered, half glass covering over the main queue building and over sections of the launch straight. I've added in a few more of the green roofs, which I'm going to do with the other parts. Fully finished the maintenance area now. Added the connection to the rest of the park where this road will run around the park, so all the different maintenance areas are connected. I've added all the custom walling around both of the queues for each of the rides so that no guests can actually get into the ride area, and I've added queues covers to all of these as well. The sections where the track goes over the queue, just so nothing can fall off, even though inside here there'll be the security check where you go through the metal detectors, just like on Velocicoaster, just so that when the ride goes over all of these larger queue parts, you'll have no loose articles falling off to be able to hit anyone. And I've added this locker system here as well, a bit like also on Velocicoaster with the double-sided lockers. So you've obviously got the main lockers near the entrance to the park for larger items, and then for your smaller like bags and stuff you can put in these lockers. And it's double-sided, so when you come off the ride down the exit ramp, you'll be able to collect them from the end before you exit out into the park. So that's it for update 3. I'll see you when the ride has finished.